All right, this is Bob Maloney from MyMMANews.com, and I'm talking to one of my regulars here, Dylan Harnish. Dylan is a young, up-and-coming pro prospect. He's still on the amateur scene regionally in MMA, but he also hopped into the ring for a couple boxing matches. Dylan, man, you got a fight coming up this weekend. Always great to talk to you. How you feeling? I know this is what you love to do.
I feel good. I'm excited to get back in the cage. It's been over a year since I fought MMA. And it wouldn't be an MMA fight without, getting an interview with you before. So,
well, listen, it's been, like you said, unfortunately, because of the circumstances is why you haven't fought, not by your doing.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about, you getting in there and boxing. How did you work that with, continuing your career? You just went in there to improve your striking, to challenge yourself. Tell me a little bit what you took from that experience.
Just time. It's more time than someone else has. So spend a couple minutes in the ring. I paid $100 for the license, so I wanted to, figure something out, try to get in there. But it's definitely different. There are a lot more safety first. A couple clean shots, they'll probably call the fight, and it's just experience. I'm happy to just be able to compete. I would have taken anything during all this going on, so I'm just happy that MMA is back now.
Well, tell everybody about your fight this weekend, where it's at, who your opponent is. Tell us, feed me the details, man. I want to know.
I'm fighting Alan Liu. I think he's from out in Pittsburgh. I'm fighting in Pittsburgh for 247. I was supposed to fight for them back in March, until it got canceled. And so, this is what's next. So I'm just focused on this, and I'm going to take it day by day. Usually I'm looking ahead, but, nothing right now is guaranteed. So I can't tell you what's next after this. But, whoever calls and asks, I could somehow get another MMA fight by the end of the year. That'd be perfect.
Well, talk to me about the gym. You're working with Eric. Tell me about, some of your training partners, what you guys have been concentrating on.
Yeah, hopefully none of these gyms get shut down and stuff again. But Mike Ribos, he's also fighting on the card for 247, so he's been working real hard. Everyone I want to fight, they're not really going to want to stand up and trade punches. So we've been working a lot of wrestling, takedown defense, wall work. This kid, both of his fights, he was able to go out there and get a few takedowns and just control the fight, not do much damage. You just kind of lay on top of someone in their guard, and I just gotta, if I do get taken down, pop back up and try to avoid getting taken down at all, and just hopefully get the finish first or second round.
Well, I've got the cage side for a couple of your fights, and I've never got to see any of your groundwork because you always take care of business on the feet. Obviously, you're that savvy, southpaw who likes to knock people out. And you think going in, that's what you're going to look at. You think he's not going to want to stand with you. You think he's coming in and he's going to be shooting for the double leg, the single leg right off the get-go.
I'd imagine if he's smart, I think so. I think my striking is on a completely different level, and I think my ground game is very underrated. Right before I went out to California, I just got my blue belt. So, I watched a lot of his film throughout the fights, and there was a dude that he fought. He had like 2 or 3 guillotine opportunities locked up, and he just wasn't able to finish them. He just laid on his back, flat on his back, not getting his hips off the mat or anything. I think if I was in those positions, I definitely want to finish the fight with the guillotine. So I'm excited to see if he does manage to get the fight to the ground. Let everybody know that I'm not just a stand-up fighter.
Hey, listen, you're a fight junkie like me, and when the UFC is on, whenever you can watch fights, you're watching. Tell me a little bit about some of the current guys right now that you've been following that that you like to watch to maybe learn something from or that you root for, because as the last 6 or 7 months have gone on, we've had a lot more local guys and a lot more, they've had people that we've seen fight on the regional scene are now making it to the UFC. So tell me about, when you're watching, whose name, if you see it's on a card, lights up your eyes, or you can't wait to see them fight.
It's when you meet people, that always gets something when they're fighting. Like when you meet someone that's a UFC fighter or someone popular like that kind of sparks your interest. So when I was out in California, like all those people, I'm always rooting for them. They were all like, they just treated everybody like family. So anyone out there, I watched we went camping whenever Adesanya and Paulo Costa was, and we streamed it on the laptop. Like we used the hotspot to connect it to the laptops out in the woods in the tent, and you know, that Paulo Costa's kind of built like how the guy I'm fighting is built. This dude has no body fat. Like he's just shredded to the bone, and you know, I'm just kind of to show that doesn't matter, you know. So I like watching Adesanya and Cody Garbrandt and stuff. He's on his way to coming back now. He got hurt. He was supposed to fight last weekend actually versus Figueroa for the 125 title. And when I was out there, he was already pretty small, so I think he probably would have made it pretty easy. So if that fight happens, I'm intrigued by that. You know, it's crazy to think that all these people are fighting in front of no crowds, and now I finally get to experience it. So it's kind of weird, but I'm excited.
Well, listen, I'm just glad that, you know, guys who are getting these opportunities because, you know, it's shut down a lot of the regional scene and a lot of the amateurs. So I'm glad you are getting back in there to quench your thirst. I know you're you know, you're like you know, a lion in a cage. Can't wait to get out when we talk. I know you want to fight 4, 5, 6 times a year, you know, if you're healthy, because you know, it's what you love to do when you're chasing your dreams. So thankfully you're young enough, you know, that this year really didn't hurt you. You still have a nice bright future ahead of you. And my man Dylan Harnish, it's always great to talk to you. Any shout outs or love you want to give out before we go?
Yeah, just to, you know, the team, Midworld Martial Arts. You know, we're kind of really building right now, so it's great to see all the new faces coming in and old faces, you know, kind of getting everybody back together. And Michael Garbos is fighting, so wish him luck. I'm just excited. MMA company, it'll be my first MMA fight, rocking their new gear. So thanks to John Brennan and stuff. I was just out there at his gym, working with Christian Carr. So, you know, I'm just excited to show everybody what I've been working on. We've had a long time since anybody has been able to see what I'm capable of. So I'm just excited. I can't wait to put on the show.
Great, man, my man. All right, Dylan. Look, good luck in your fight. Best of skills to you. We'll talk to you afterwards, and I'm looking forward to, you know, getting back to the same old scene and have being cage side for when you're getting your hand raised, my man. So good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. And the fights are on 247fighting.com. They're doing like a $20 pay-per-view. So I'll post the link on Friday just for anybody interested.
Sounds great, my man.
Thank you.
All right, Dylan.